Hello everybody, long time no see. I've been traveling a lot this past month, so I haven't been able to film as much as I'd like, but I'm not going to be traveling until next year at this point, so I should be back on track with weekly things going on here. So basically, like I said, I've been traveling a lot, and I thought, what a perfect video. Traveling beauty stuff. And I know that that's kind of funny, but anyway, I'm talking strictly cosmetics, like how to pack cosmetics, because I used to pack 2-3 different beauty bags when I would go on vacation. Like I'd bring 15 palettes and, you know, a contour kit plus a bunch of contour powders and highlighters and all of those things. So I really, the past year, have honed my cosmetic packing skills, and now I bring this one bag, and it's a pretty big bag, but it's like the perfect cosmetics bag. And peep the Cubs shirt because they just won the World Series last night, just in case you didn't hear. So I basically, a few days before I leave to go wherever I'm going, I pull out the trusty bag and I start putting things I know I'm going to use in it. And I'll like test run a few products like palettes or whatever, and I will try to get ready using strictly things in this bag for a few days before I go, just, you know, to make sure it's actually stuff I'm going to use when I'm wherever I am. So I start with the essentials, and I'm going to tell you what those are for me, and obviously they'd be modified to your personal routine and whatever. So first thing that gets packed is foundation and concealer. The foundation I use is the Tarte Amazonian Clay full coverage foundation. I really like this. It is super full coverage, so if you don't like full coverage, this isn't for you, but I've been using this. I've probably gone through 2 full bottles of this, and I really like it. And the concealer that I use is the Makeup Forever Camouflage palette in the number 2. And one reason why this is great for traveling for me personally, actually this is number 2. Anyway, the reason why I like this for traveling is because it has really light colors and then an actual shade that matches my skin tone. This is the Warm Light palette, and so I can use it for highlighting and concealing, which is something that I like. It's a 2-in-1 product. I don't like bringing cream contour products when I travel because I find that they're too bulky. Often you can't find them in individual pan things. The one contour product that I like that is individual is the Chanel Bronze Universal or whatever it's called, and that thing is huge, so I don't travel with it. And this is nice because cream highlight right there. Don't need to bring multiple products, works out. Anyway, I'm not gonna go in depth like I just did with these 2. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, so first thing that gets packed, absolute essential base products. Second, think about what it is most that you like to do on your face. For me, it's brows. The last time I traveled, I forgot my brow brush. How do you forget your brow brush? Like, I brought my brow product, I just didn't bring my brow brush. So that was like the first thing that I packed this particular time, and I just use a cream brow product, whatever product that may be for you, make it happen, and the brow brush. So this is kind of where the brushes start coming in. Like, I really make a concerted effort to condense my brushes because I have a ton of brushes. So I kind of limit them. So this is the first brush, and it got put in this time. So brow products. Next thing, what do you use on your eyes pretty much every day? What's your routine thing? Like, I'm the type of person that kind of doesn't have a routine with my eyes. I just kind of do whatever I feel like in the morning, but I do have some palettes that I go back to, and this one is an absolute go-to at this point. It's the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. It's a great neutral palette, and this is the only eyeshadow palette that I brought. Actually, that's a lie. I brought 2 eyeshadow palettes, but they're pretty similar. The Stila Nouveau Natural Eyeshadow Palette and the Modern Renaissance one. They're both neutral, both heavy mattes. So yeah, I just recommend you sit down and think about what you like to do on your eyes most days, what colors you lean towards, and find a palette or a couple single eyeshadows that actually work for that, and try to keep it a little bit more simple when you're traveling, as opposed to, you know, a super heavy beat face like every single day, because that would make your bag a lot heavier, unless you're just bringing, you know, like 8 or 10 individual shadows, or, you know, just try to find a palette that has those shadows in it. I don't know. I don't have that many individual shadows, so I focus more on palettes, and I just, like, there are a lot of palettes that I use, but I try to find the ones that I use more colors in so that I can get more use out of it. And these two palettes, I actually use pretty much every color in them, so they were obvious choices for me. Next would be, you know, eyeliner, mascara. What kind of eyeliner do you use every day? That was easy for me. It's the Kat Von D Locket Tattoo eyeliner, and that's in here somewhere, but I'm not gonna pull it out. It's just a liquid liner. That's what I use every day. It's super easy to use. It's a pen. And just think about that for you. Do you use a clay one? Do you use a gel one? Do you use cream? Do you use eyeshadow as an eyeliner? Make sure you have the brush that matches with that. And like I said, putting this all in a bag a few days before is probably the best thing to do. Next, cheeks. I brought, well, actually, you know, do you set your foundation? That would probably be the next thing. That would be the next thing I would do. And I just brought a setting powder. Any setting powder will do, any setting powder that you use. The one that I normally use is loose and it's bigger, so I went for a pressed powder this time, as opposed to bringing my bigger one plus a vessel to put it in and all of that stuff, because the one that I use is the RCMA no color powder generally, and I have to have like a tray or some type of little bowl to put it in. So yeah, I didn't bring that. I brought a little compact one and a fluffy brush, and that was it. Next, cheeks. Try to find things that combine. Like I said, this is a contour kit from Charlotte Tilbury. It has highlight and bronzer, so I didn't have to bring an extra highlight. I just brought this, and I love this. And then cheeks, I like to have a variety of blushes, and this is a thing that I just made a review on, and I just traveled with it for the first time, and let me tell you, it's magnificent. Love this. It was a great asset. So, you know, if you're the type of person that uses the same blush every day, obviously throw that blush in there. But like, vacation is not the time that I ever branch out. Like, every time I've ever brought products thinking, oh, I'm gonna try something new, I never do. It sits at the bottom of my bag and it never gets used. So next thing, I think I'm just gonna talk about brushes now. I've covered foundation, concealer, brows, eyeshadow, eyeliner, mascara. Like, I didn't really talk about that, but bring whatever one's your favorite. Highlighting, contouring, blush, setting powder. I don't do lips a lot. That's not something that I'll probably ever do on vacation, because it's not something I do every day. But again, same rule applies. Try to dumb it down to 1 or 2 products that you use most often. That's just the easiest tip that I can give you. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is brushes. So when I travel, that's the hardest thing for me, is to pick what brushes to bring. So I've kind of like narrowed it down to a few face brushes, and then the eye brushes. So I'm going to talk about my face brushes first. So these are them. They are very, very dirty right now. I bring a foundation brush, 1 foundation brush, that's it. I bring a concealer brush, which is this one. I bring 1 powder brush, 1 fluffy powder brush, 1 brush for blush, 1 brush for contour or bronzer, 1 for highlighter, and 1 for anything extra. Like, I could use this to swipe a contour on, I could use this to highlight, I could use this as concealer or foundation brush. This is a multi-purpose brush that I did not use, but I did use all of these. So that is the way that I dumb mine down. I just pick 1 from each category that I know I use most often, and I just, you know, I go from there. In terms of eyeshadow brushes, that's a little bit more difficult of a task, because, you know, like, it's easier if you do the same thing every day. So my battery's about to die, so I need to hurry it up. But I basically bring flat shader brush, 1 or 2 flat shader brushes, one big domed brush for highlighting, a couple blending brushes. I actually bring like 3 or 4 blending brushes of different shapes. Like I have 2 MAC 216s that I bring, and then these, which are all sort of like MAC 222s, which don't exist anymore. I like to bring a smudger brush, different shaped domed shadow brushes, like shorter ones for smudging, also tapered blending brush. And that's pretty much it. Like, you know, you want a few extra brushes for eyeshadow just in case you want to do something a little bit more smoky, or you need another brush to blend and you've already got a bunch of dirty ones and it's not working out for you. So yeah, my camera's about to die. This video is already pretty long, but basically condense. Pick your favorites, pack those, and I recommend trying to limit it to 1 bag. I got this bag at Lululemon, and it's really, really, really nice. It's the perfect size. And so yeah, just condense, people. If you have any questions, let me know. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.